Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in Fire Sign. Basically motivated by inspirations and aspirations. Recharges energy through vigorous, physically demanding activity and by pursuing new visions for the future. The Sun in the Signs, Interpretive Guidelines. Sun in Sagittarius. Creative energy is directed toward one's ideals and aspirations, not only expressing them, but often promoting them to others. Sense of individuality is colored by one's ultimate beliefs and optimistic philosophical outlook. Essentially values wide-ranging mental and physical liberty. Radiates a friendly, exploratory, open spirit, very broad-minded and values honesty. Needs to be recognized for moral, upright nature. Sometimes high standards can lead to intolerance and insensitivity to others. The Moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the Moon's sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The Moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in Air Signs. Reacts to changing experiences with forethought and objective evaluation. Feels comfortable with self when expressing ideas and interacting socially. Sign position of the Moon. How one reacts based on subconscious predisposition. Moon in Aquarius. Reacts unpredictably, eccentrically, and with detached objectivity. Feels secure when exercising complete freedom of ideas, self-expression, and innovation. Responds individualistically, based on sense of self as unique, altruistic, and socially conscious. Needs to interact socially in order to feel emotionally centered and right about self. Nurtures others by encouraging their freedom and feels supported when given complete autonomy in return. A need for emotional independence can cause alienation from one's true feelings and aloofness towards the sensitivities of others. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Aquarius. Progressive. Can bring difficult lessons through erratic and ill-considered actions. Good minds, but erratic and unstable. Much originality of thought if it can get out of rigid thought patterns. A very cold-feeling nature because of not understanding the other fellow's needs. Aquarius is a mental sign, not emotional at all. Feelings are cramped and limited and do not operate freely. A strong selfishness behind a friendly manner. Often has arthritic conditions in later life due to rigid will and crystallizations of emotions. In a male chart, attracts a fixed and stable partner that cannot be pushed but can be coaxed. Sun Moon Alchemy, the elemental combinations of the Sun sign and the Moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun sign Moon sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarian 1994. Each Sun-Moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a Fire-Earth combination refers equally to Sun-Fire, Moon-Earth, as it does to Sun, Earth, Moon, Fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. The Fire Air type is a real live wire, full of exciting ideas and able to communicate them with tremendous zeal, which impresses and persuades everyone around them. If taken to the extreme, this makes this individual full of bluster and bombast, long-winded and prone to be carried away by his own rhetoric and eloquence. Others may also be carried away, as he tends to have lots of joie de vivre, cleverness, and charisma. Noel Coward, Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Gemini, expresses the wit and impatience of this combination well. I write at high speed because boredom is bad for my health. Indeed, boredom is something this type usually shuns and can avoid because they think and live at such a fast pace. If the Sun is in air and the Moon is in fire, the effect is rather like that of a hot air balloon, a beautiful way to travel that takes you way up into the giddy heights. So likewise, this type tends to be a utopian idealist, seeing ever more distant sunny shores to which the human race may travel, loftier vistas and wider horizons. Alternatively, if this type gets on a high horse, they can be very moralistic, quote-unquote knowing exactly what is good for us. Shadow side. This type is a potential visionary, but visionaries need earthiness in order to bring ideas to fruition. The fire-air individual can be impractical and may exhaust himself with his intense sociability and the generation of stimulating ideas and new risks. If he remains in the realm of impersonal possibilities, he becomes cut off from body and the more mundane but essential needs of human life. And without emotional vulnerability, they miss out on real intimacy. Relationships. Fire-air types are so mentally active and gregarious, so keen to understand and to share their understanding, that they rarely play the role of the loner in the crowd. Their interests drive them on, and when they get to their destination, they meet and strike up conversations and relationships with other interesting mavericks. In a relationship, they need intellectual rapport and plenty of freedom to pursue their own interests. They may often be out of touch with their feelings and emotional needs, and an earth-water type can help remind them that they are, in fact, human. There is a kind of restlessness, eternal youthfulness about the fire-air type. They may often be out of touch with their feelings and emotional needs, and an earth-water type can help remind them that they are, in fact, human, earth and water being the opposite of air and fire. There's a kind of restless, eternal youthfulness about the fire-air type, which is very appealing, but without the challenges of serious relationship, they can remain somewhat emotionally immature and superficial. Male versus female. The extroverted, enthusiastic, and argumentative qualities of this type are applauded in males, whilst females of this type tend to be seen as masculine and intimidating. Female fire-air types tend not to settle for traditional roles that limit their potential and are therefore often at the cutting edge of social change. Both males and females of this type lead pacey lives to some extent, and can often live by their wits and land themselves at opportunity's doorstep with the greatest of ease. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Aquarius. The Pathfinder. You can expect the unexpected when a Sagittarius Aquarian is present. You are very unpredictable and set quite high goals for yourself. You generally follow them through with honesty and devotion. You get unnerved when anyone tries to restrict your freedom, but you are good-hearted, nice, and warm. Freedom is your favorite expression, and no one can order you around. People seek you out because you are unlike anyone else they know, as well as being captivating, charismatic, and friendly. You can at least count on your identity, even if you were to have nothing else on earth. Activities that suggest change and innovation attract you, as do being involved with others. Your greatest gift is foresight. You seem to know instantly what tomorrow has in store, and you are always tuned to the future. You often say and do things that are designed to shock people, and you are restless and unconventional because you hate nothing more than arrogant satisfaction. You get mixed up and impatient when others cannot keep up with you, and you are generally a few steps in front of everyone else. Though you are open-minded and forgiving by nature, your impatience can give you an air of conceit. It is difficult for you to be totally open in your partnerships with others because your essential emotional nature is a bit detached and remote. You have some pretty crazy friends, but friendship is very important to you. Your compelling charm generally works to your advantage, as does your positive approach to others, but there are occasions when a shrewder perspective is best. Your compelling charm generally works to your advantage, as does your positive approach to others, but there are occasions when a shrewder perspective is best. Eagerness and amiability may take you a long way, but they will not bake any bread. You must have choices in whatever you elect to do for a career. Intellectual pursuits draw you, and you have an intellect for the theoretical. Fields that may attract you are politics, urban planning, and social ethics. People look up to you and try to emulate your freedom. You need to stop now in order to allow the rest of the world to catch up, but you do have certain leadership possibilities. Surprisingly, you have somewhat authoritarian, sanctimonious attitudes, even though you verbalize open-minded and democratic visions. After you have formed some of those revolutionary notions and beliefs, they stick, so you also have a stubborn streak. Always keep your mind open, but particularly later in life. You have more wisdom and pragmatism than other Sagittarians because of your Aquarian inner nature, but you are still a bit naive. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign, Moon Sign. Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Aquarius. Your greatest strengths. Your intellect and breadth of vision, which can accommodate all types of viewpoints. Friendliness and easygoing adaptability. Positive outlook and willingness to take risks. Ability to generate many creative alternatives to a problem. Love of learning and discussion with the aim of finding a deeper truth. Your greatest weaknesses? Tendency to be too impractical and out of touch with mundane realities. High-minded, crusading zeal, which can be insensitive to subtle details and sentimental souls. Inclination to overgeneralize and live life purely in the realm of abstract ideas and your belief that routine crushes creativity. Image for integration. On a tour of primitive lands, a university professor goes through a tribal initiation and becomes a blood brother of the chief.